What is going on YouTube? Y'all squad, this your boy Yocrates. This is your review for Love and Marriage DC. This is season 2, episode 1. Oh wow. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this season, especially with the Jamie boys. I just don't know. And I'm gonna be honest, I am more than likely going to put I heard something myself and some of what I've gone through into their particular thing just because I see things just in a very weird way. But it's very clear that communication is an issue. Setting of boundaries is an issue, and even just some things when it comes to generation and how certain generations dealt with things, and just how that doesn't always trickle down to the next. It's a whole lot, but we'll get there. So we start off with them splicing that the Samuels are possibly divorcing, and um, yeah, so that's kind of like it's the previously on, and that's like the very thing in the previously on. So then we get Ashley and Arena, Quick and Jamie, two separate scenes. So Arena comes over to Ashley's place. Jamie goes to the radio station where Quick works. So Ashley and Arena have been hanging out a lot over the last few months. They have a budding friendship, but Ashley lets us know it's a friend, not friend, but a friendship without the D, because she ain't getting the D from me or Jamie. I'm like, now Ashley, I love you, baby. And you shady and you petty, and I loves you, baby. But you know that's gonna come back at the reunion. Now, based off the previews, her and Irena gonna fall out, so it's really gonna come back at the reunion. But why you say that anyway? Um, Quick, Quick's co-host Dominique dishes on her seven that the Samuels are possibly separated and or divorced. This info was not discussed in their production meeting. They don't know it to be true. It is revealed that Chris and Monique are separated, living in two separate homes. That is what Ashley said, and I'm gonna say this. Well, that's because she has four homes. That will forever be funny. So you don't have a home. I have four homes. I'm assuming now five. Come on now. So Jamie, we find out is retired. He worked as a police officer for 25 years, and for him, it's just something that you really don't talk about. And at the same time, there are certain jobs and professions that you have where you know unless something specific comes up, it just doesn't come up in regular conversation because certain jobs is just like it's just certain things, just like And then depending on the job, some people might feel it to be braggadocious and whatnot, and other times it's just those conversations flow a lot more easily when you are in in an environment with people that share that same background. So that much understand. Um, we find out that his son Jason is ready to go to this program called Doors. They're throwing him an all black going away party. There will be a painter there that's going to do a texture painting of Jason to where he can feel it to feel the textures, which I feel is a beautiful thing. We find out that Jamie Jr. and Jamie Sr. are not talking. Jamie Jr. is currently unemployed. That's because of his record. Um, and he's also on probation. He got a speeding ticket. He asked Jamie Senior to pay it for him, and that was the reason for their falling out. Jamie Junior says that this is why he doesn't come home because they don't hold him down like his girlfriend does. That particular thing did make Irena upset. And Irena wants Jamie Jr. at Jason's party, and also wants the Samuels there. Primarily, Monique, because of Monique's relationship to Jason. So now we meet Joy and Clifton. They were on Ready to Love. I never watched it, so I can't tell you nothing about it. Clifton has two boys, 18 and 4. Clifton has his own beer oil company, entrepreneur, so good stuff. Joy is a singer. Her singing has taken her, across the world. So trying to find this balance because that's contributing to a long distance relationship. Don't know how that's going to work. They're moving in together into a home, so that is another step, which is interesting. I'm like, okay, all right. My thing is, if you're gonna do that, make sure you look. I don't look, and I'm gonna say this: I don't care if y'all do get married. Keep your house. If you got your own house, keep that. Don't ever sell that. Keep that. Okay, keep it. Y'all remember on Real Housewives of Atlanta when Cynthia was getting married and we all was screaming through our TVs, "You better not sell Lake Bailey." And look, okay, y'all gonna learn to listen to us. And then her being the bonus mom comes up, and she's excited but nervous, and it's going to be some adjusting there. Cool. So we get Ashley and Quick. Angela is moving back in, so she used to be their staying nanny. Now she's the assistant, and Ashley is busy with her regular life, but then there's also, the podcast that she's doing, and her book is coming out. So pretty much she's really going to need Angela's help. So they had to tell their son that Angela, is moving back in, but not in the capacity in which you're pretty much used to. So she's not going to be waking you up, hovering over you, doing all this other stuff. She's just going to be my assistant. And yep, said that. So Ashley says that she has to break her sleep to get him up for school, and he's 14 years old. Quick believes he's old enough to where he can do it for himself. They have a spat about this. Quick says let him grow up and be a man. And my thing is, no, your son is a teen. Okay. And we really need to get ourselves out of this habit of speaking, premature growth over our children, even though I don't have any. But to sit here and say, "Oh, you a man, you the man of the house," and all this other stuff, don't do that. Do not rob a child of their childhood, because we already have a world that looks at African American men, teenagers. I'm sorry, African American teenagers as if they are adults. They are being tried as adults. They are being sent to glory. I had to catch myself. They are being sent to glory as teenagers because he looked grown. And even when discussing African American children compared to other ethnicities, it especially for us is this man, this that. But then you have other ethnicities, so where, oh well, that's just a child, even though both are the same age. So let's not do that. But anyway, Quick brings up, Jamie Jr., and Ashley feels that with what's going on with Jamie Jr., maybe this is the reason that he's being hard on Antonio. With that, and Quick says Antonio is spoiled, Jamie Jr. is bad and entitled. Now I was just like, nah. Hopefully, Quick, that don't come back to bite you in your fourth point of contact. And again, the spoiled part I can see. I don't know if the man is actually bad, but again, I need more, like more of his true backstory to really be able to, I guess judge, if you will. And even with the whole not waking, like, because his whole thing is, well, let him miss school a couple times and let him learn. And I'm conflicted with this. And again, I'm not a parent, so I'm conflicted when it comes to this, because if I'm not mistaken, like if your child does not come to school, or any of that stuff, they're late and whatnot, that does reflect on the parent. And also, I mean, even though you shouldn't have to, that's going to affect their grades and all that other stuff. And I mean, unfortunately, people say that's what college is for. And just a quick story. Back when I was in the army, I was Korea. Had one soldier. Hey, I'ma just say he made life difficult for a lot of people. They gave him to me. And I just got there. Made it difficult for me. He would oversleep, all this other stuff, wouldn't be at formation and whatnot. So what did I do? I would have to get up earlier, hurry up, get ready, go down the staff, well, the CQ desk, have the NCO that was on duty come with me to his room. First knock to see if he responds. If not, announce that we're coming in, have them let me in, and physically make sure that this man is up, and make sure that I did that so there's enough time that he can get ready and be downstairs for PT. Should I have to do that for a grown man? No. But guess what? It is what it is. I was responsible for the cat. And like I said, that was just one of those unfortunate things that I had to do. Say all that to say, I'm pretty sure some parents feel the same way. But again, I don't know. I don't know. Y'all let me know, those y'all that are parents. I just don't know. Anyway, we get Jason's going away party. Jamie Jr. We find out sent a text to his parents. I'm assuming this was probably in a group chat because their daughter knew about it. But and says that they don't do nothing for him. Now this is what we're being told. I don't recall reading that, so the Samuels are not there, and the Tollers are upset, primarily at Monique that she isn't there. What I'm going to say is we need to stop putting expectations on people. We really do. Regardless of what their relationship is to us, and regardless of what they have done for us, because that's not fair to them or ourselves. And then we also have to remember that, you know, life happens to everybody, and to expect for us to, if the Samuels are separated and potentially heading towards divorce, yes, Jason may play may really feel a certain spot in Monique's life. And again, yes, she could have said, I'm not coming, whatever. We don't know if she did or if she didn't. But if they're going through it, it is very selfish you to be like, oh, well, you should have been here. No, like, I'm going through my own stuff right now. And if the dissolution of my marriage is actually on the horizon, so I have to sit here and deal with the fact that we might be divorcing. If there isn't a prenup in place, now we gotta sit here and try to divvy up assets. We have these children. We gotta figure out school and all this other stuff. Where it's just like what I'm going, like this party don't trump what I'm going through. So look, and this for somebody, stop it. I even had this conversation with a cousin of mine where it's just like you need to not have these expectations of your parent. I don't care what the other one did. I don't care what they used to do way back when. But when you go into something where it's like, well, I would think they would have, you've pretty much just set yourself up for disappointment. Now maybe I'm jaded, maybe it's because of what I'm going through, but that's just where I'm at, where I really don't have high expectations of anybody. And I do realize that everybody is going through stuff, and I try my best to not, make what I'm going through bigger than what they're going through. Okay, all right. So Joy tells the group that she will be speaking as Steve and Mallory, I ain't saying his last name, Foundation and ATL. She will be a part of this Ready to Love segment talking to single moms. And the parents there, so Ashley and I believe her co-host or podcast friend, whatever, I don't know. They're both kind of coming at her where it's just like, but you're not a parent. And why? How do you feel that you could speak to them? And you and I would feel a way if I was speaking to and da 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 da. And you can see that Cliff is visibly upset. And this is one of those where, and Ashley has done this, where it's regular questions, but it can come off as being attacking, And in this instance like that, because I understand that you want clarity, but it could have just been like, oh well, why are you doing that? Oh, okay. Because once she said, hey, I know I'm not a parent, but hey, they asked me to do it, I'm doing it. AKA, it's a bag, I'm securing the bag. And they should have just been there, like just be happy for it. And then if there's any follow up, yeah, do that away from everybody else. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. So Ashley we find out is having a party for season 5 of her podcast. Jamie Jr. enters. There is the painting reveal. They actually had Jason do take like a scraper going across the forehead portion of the painting to reveal the TMT, which was cool. He and then also feels the painting to see the engraving and whatnot. It was a beautiful scene. Jamie and Miranda got emotional. Jamie Senior pulls Jamie Junior outside on the balcony to talk. Right then, I did not like that because this is about Jason. Even if there's an issue that y'all have to resolve, and again, I know there's cameras, it's a show, I get it. But I really feel like this is something where y'all could have had a completely separate scene or waited until this event was completely over so it doesn't overshadow why y'all are there. Because now you two, primarily you, Jamie Sr., are making Jason's party about you by addressing something that did not need to be addressed right then. Anyway, he asked, why was you late? He said, I always been here. Why didn't you ride with us? I didn't have to. And then Jamie Sr. brings up the text, and Jamie Jr. says he don't ask them for nothing. but asked to help with this bill once. And Jamie Jr. brings up, I give you $100. I've been giving you $100 a week for the past 10 months. Now, what I'm going to say is, I, first and foremost, Jamie Jr., I know you don't ask them for nothing. I understand that. And the fact that they allow you to live there rent free and all that stuff is, this is what they chose to do. You didn't ask them for it. But sir, at a certain point, you gonna have to really sit up and be like, okay, I'm being given a lot that I really don't have to work for. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna need you to do a little bit of self reflection. I feel that you are depressed and there's some other stuff there that we haven't tackled, but just come on now. I'm just saying, because again, you might have all of this, but you might be going through stuff that we don't know about, where it's like, yeah, you got all of this, but is it worth what you're going through? We don't know. Now when it comes to Jamie Senior, I need for you to do a better job of explaining what it is that you are trying to say, because what I feel like he was trying to say is, for the past 10 months I've been giving you $100 a week. So if this card, if this ticket was $120, you know, what this is saying to me is, if you didn't have the funds to pay for it, then what are you doing with the money that I'm giving you? Or could you have not waited 2 weeks and you would have been able to pay this off yourself? So what is going on, where, just a way of framing it. But I'm gonna be honest, if I am not mistaken, because I don't know how old he is exactly, but either, no, I don't. Actually, he might be. He might be. I think if Jamie isn't a baby boomer, he is an early Gen Xer. And it reeks off of him. And then the whole not knowing how to talk to his son, because again, he has that mindset. I know my parents, one is still on the glory, but the whole thing of, because I helped create you, I can talk to you any kind of way. That don't work with this guy. That I don't let nobody do it. Where it's just because I made it clear, if you want to have access to me, if you want to be in community with me, if you want to converse with me, there is a way that you will talk to me and you will treat me. And if I'm not giving you that feedback, you definitely not gonna give it to me. It's what we're not doing. So Jamie Senior don't know how to talk to his son. Point blank, and we've seen that last season, because we've seen him blow up on Irena. So that is a common thread of his tone and how he communicates. Something he needs to work on. I'm pretty sure he knows that. So I might be beating a dead horse. Um so Jamie Jr. feels that he should be able to, come to him, no question, because he can go to Grams and talk to her and get whatever he wants. And Jamie Sr. is like, well, that's the problem. When are you going to get it for yourself? And Jamie Jr. says things were just cool with us, not that long ago. And now, it's weird, fool. Now, I don't know if it's because of Jamie Sr.'s age. I knew what he meant. I knew what Junior meant when he said fool. I like in the like, I can't even say in the I know amongst my relatives, but like they'll be out there like, what up, fool? Like, and I'm pretty sure that's probably just in African American culture, right? And I felt in this moment, Jamie Senior was looking for a reason to be verbally combative with his son, because he was like, "So I'm a fool? You calling me a fool?" It's very reminiscent of season, I believe, 3 of Potomac, when Candace came on and she and Sharice was getting into it, and she said, well, you were having a shady, witch moment, and she's like, did you call me a witch? Did she call me a witch? And said about a good 10 times, because I guess she was trying to get people to like hone in on that, where it's just like, man, nobody paying you no attention. But this is a tactic that some people do use, where if they're hearing something they don't want to hear, whether it's a harsh truth or whatever, they will harp on to one thing that was said in a sentence or a statement, and hone in on that, and now they've caused the conversation to take a detour, because they don't want to keep going down the road of where this thing is going. I don't know if that was the intent, but based off of what I saw and what I was hearing and what I was feeling through the screen, he was looking for a reason to just truly just let off on his son, and that was the thing to do it. I didn't like that. Y'all let me know if y'all felt that or if I'm just putting 20 on 10. But he's like, so I'm a fool now? Is that it? And then, Junior detaches where, and because it was one of those where I guess he's just like, here we go. So he just detaches, breaks eye contact, and just leans over the balcony, just like, man. And then, Senior berates him. And I mean berates him and starts bringing up his girlfriend. And, does she do this? Does she do that? Because we do this and we do that. And he was like, and yeah, she feeds me. And he was like, I fed you for 30 years. I think he said 30 years. He was like, and I ain't have to do that, sir. If in fact your son is 30, in fact, or however old he is for the first 18, you were supposed to. But okay. And this is one of those where it's like I've done all this, so you just, and again, yes, he should be grateful, but it seems like Jamie Senior wants a hell of a lot more than just him to be grateful for the life in which he has. And again, I'm gonna need for Jamie Senior to understand that you help to contribute to whatever development that exists with your son currently. Anyway, da, da, da. And then he mentions Junior not getting the job and not talking to him for talking to the family for a week. And Junior's like, no, just you, because you made me feel a way about not getting the job. And Senior is like, I didn't know you didn't get it. Now I don't know if I believe that to be true because I believe early in this episode he did say that he knew, and that is what helped cause the rift. So I don't know, is a whole lot of rigaraff and back and forth. So then they begin to argue over this security job because Jamie Senior reached out to one of his connects, and that connect was willing to get Junior a job doing that. And Junior's whole thing is, well, I don't want to do security. Now I understand Senior's frustration where he was like, you gotta do something, but again, it's the tone, it's the volume, it's the manner in which you're doing this. Because yes, you have to do something. You have to provide for yourself. You have to, get yourself on the good foot. Because no, reasonably, I can't continue to just take care of you. But with that, and again, I'm not saying coddle the man. I am not saying that. But I mean, I probably would have just been like, look, I went online. Here are a list of jobs you can work, even though you have a pass. Apply, figure it out, and go from there. You know, and it gets to the point where Junior just walks off because neither one of them are hearing each other. Let me phrase that: they're not listening to each other because they hear each other. They're not listening. Especially Senior is not listening to Junior, so he walks off. And Junior, Senior even says in his interview, which is like, yeah, I'm glad he walked away because he should. And it's just like, you have all of this energy for your son. Again, there is so much, and I even said it last season. It is so much there, and I don't know what it is, but it's some more ish there. So Junior goes out, come back to that in a moment because he's in the hallway, and you have Senior talking to Quick about it, and then Irena comes over because she wants to know. The producers and the camera crew comes and tell him like, "Hey, you need to get out in the hallway right now." And you see one of the producers talking to Junior. He's pretty much sitting down on the ground, in a crouching position. And I'm gonna just stop it here because this is one of those tactics where it's like they hurry to give you a whole lot because it's going to pick right back up there next week. So we don't know what happened, but it apparently Seniors yelling at Junior. Somebody got somebody hand in the face, and Junior ready to sit here and put the flu flops on his dad, hit him with them skibbity paps, and that's it. So it seems like this season is going to be interesting. I just wonder how many filler episodes we're going to have. I don't know, but we shall see. And I kind of wonder why we're not getting the Samuels. Now, I mean, if it's what they're going through personally, cool. But I don't know. Well, we shall see. So it was a decent first episode. I told y'all last season I didn't know how I was gonna feel about Jamie Senior, and we going into this season where I still don't know. But y'all let me know how y'all felt. That is all that I have. Thank you all so much for watching. Y'all know that y'all will get Potomac tomorrow morning, and then the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be on Scotty by Nature TV's channel tomorrow evening at 9:15, 8:15 Central. So hope to see you all there. And yeah, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.